Shubham. I'm working at JP Morgan. I graduated from NTU in 2012. It has been 4 years now. I gave one exam, one GRE in January. I got 316, 149 in verbal and 167 in quant. And then I got to know about Jamboree and I decided to take the course here. Then after that, I got a very good GRE score of 326, 159 on verbal and 167 on quant. So for me, due to COVID, we couldn't take in-person classes, so I signed up for the online classes. I started preparation, or rather started classes in April with Roshan and Pradyuman, and the classes went on for 8 weeks, and it was quite good, very informative classes, 3 hours each. And there was a lot of homework to do after the classes as well, and material from the books. Like in English there were words to do, in math you had to do pre-reading before the class as well as after the class, some own homework and some questions. And you can always ping the instructors on WhatsApp and just ask any doubts you have, so that they are very reachable, and it was very good experience for me. And then after that I gave up for a while because I had some personal work to do. Then I started again in September, just before the exam. So in that I used up all of the book 2, where there were a lot of questions for maths, like every section had a few questions. Then there were about 10 tests for maths, in which there were mixed questions, as well as for English there were questions for sentence completion, reading comprehension, critical reasoning, all of those were there. And then on the portal there were a lot of videos for the book 2 especially, where people would ask questions, and you could also participate, or if not, they are recorded, so you can always watch them later as well. So all the material there is there. It's just up to you to use it and to get a good score on that. On the exam, just before the exam day, you have to make sure that you wouldn't study too much, because in Jan when I gave the exam, I studied too much, and then I was already burnt out by the time I started the exam. So this time I made sure that I relaxed the day before, just don't study at all, maybe just revise a few questions, that's all, nothing much, not more than half an hour maybe. And then on the exam day, it was quite chill for me. It was around 11 a.m. exam, so it was quite good because I could wake up, eat my breakfast, go for the exam, relaxed. And then on the exam day, on the exam center, there were about 10 people, other people who were writing GRE as well. So we went one by one, and then everybody just started writing their essays. And then I had 3 verbal sections to one section. I was getting a bit tired by the half of the exam, so the 10 minutes break between the sections was quite good, because I could drink some water, get some chocolates, and just basically re-energize myself. And then after that there are 2 more sections, and then I was quite happy with my score that I got there. And then I even submitted my score to some of the universities I wanted to apply. So it's all about just being relaxed on the day itself. Now that I'm done with the exam, my next plan of action is to go for Masters in Computer Science. So I'll be shortlisting universities, then we'll be writing my essays and getting letter of recommendations, getting some guidance as well, and then apply online and then wait for the results. So hopefully by mid-March I'll get somewhere. Some of the tips I would like to say is that start early for the vocabulary, especially if you are not a regular reader. Then it's very important to learn those words and then revise those words every day. Like in the morning, you can just go through all the words once. So in the morning you're fresh, it's easier to remember those words, and then whatever you learned yesterday, you revise them today. So just continue doing that for maybe 2 months, and then Jamboree has a whole word list, so you can just use that, and it's quite comprehensive. Other than that, I would say use the book 2 fully, because it has a lot of questions, easy, medium, hard, whatever they are. You should go through all of those, ask any doubts you have. And for one, I would say don't start too early, maybe a month before. Do all the questions possible, revise all the questions from book 1, even though you did those in the classes, that's okay. Book 2 you should do fully, and then Jamboree has around 8 mock tests online, so you should make sure that you plan out for those as well. And if you want, you can also follow the 46-day calendar given by Jamboree, which is quite useful to just help you plan things. Obviously, you can customize it according to your own profile and how you are, and you can discuss with the professors over in Jamboree as well. Like, they'll help you customize for yourself as well. So it's a lot about going through the book 2. Book 2 has very good questions. Keep in touch with your teachers here, and just study 2-3 hours a day, not more than that. Otherwise you'll burn out and you'll be like, I don't want to study. So make sure that you keep a good balance between studying and your work or your college or whatever you're doing there.